Well, that's me appearing later than I planned. Hi, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Uh, I was going to go up earlier. I've been sat all day I've been editing for 12 hours, and then the clock on my PC had frozen, so I didn't realise it was actually nearly midnight. I thought it was actually closer to 8 o'clock. That's gone well, but anyway, let's do some Dumbartoning. Why not have a party here in El Scotlando? I'm sure things will not go badly. I am sure that's how this will go. Things will not go badly. Because why would they? Why would they go badly? Anywho, yeah, welcome in. We are here in Scotland. Not me in Scotland, but we are here in Scotland. We are currently top of the league after 3 games played, which is honestly better than I thought we'd end up after our cup, let's call them exploits. Callum Grant wants to start more matches, which, buddy, sure. Fine, we'll let you play. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, yeah. Apologies for going up late tonight. It's been a crazy, crazy day of editing. Trying to turn 4 or 5 hours of footage into something watchable for YouTube is tougher than it looks. Is the cliff notes. Who was the guy that was just moaning, who I've forgotten about already? Callum Grant. Right, you can go on the bench for Martin Payne, even though you're not as good. And then we'll swap you in for Jeremy, even though he's a better player. I'm sure it'll work out fine. It'd be just like we're resting him for a better player, because that's normal. Anyway, yeah, I hope everyone is well. Hope the party is starting wherever you are. I suppose some of you will have broken up for Christmas now, which is great. Good for you. I am nowhere near that point where I am shutting down for Christmas yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Hopefully. I mean, it's been a long enough day that I've got a cup of tea in front of me, which that's always a good start. As Rory Langan finally joins the club permanently, having already played a couple of games for us as a trialist. And our next game is against Stirling Albion, which is fun. Always fun, I suppose. Yeah. So my plan, because it's late, my plan is essentially to probably do an hour-ish tonight. Just to see what we feel like, really. Just to see what we feel like. But yeah, it's very late to be up on a Friday doing this, I know. Very late to be up on a Friday doing this at all, but that is how it goes. To be fair, it's quite a quiet night in general on the old FM front from the looks of things. So that's also a benefit, one supposes. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Right, I'm not going to do a press conference. Thank you. Hey, Kit, you've sent over 2,750 messages in the Angus chat. That is quite a lot of messages. That is quite a significant number of messages. But I hope you're well, Kit. Welcome to the chat. You are the first person to come join us tonight, which is nice. Seems very quiet out there in the Twitchverse. But I guess it's Friday night and it's that time of year, so people will be doing Christmassy things, Christmas parties, visiting friends, all that good stuff, visiting family. I seem to have been on and off Twitch all day, not streaming, but just like in between bouts of editing when my brain started getting tired. I spent some time catching up with Llama earlier. We've not had a chance to catch up in ages, so that was nice. Right, this Grant fella who keeps moaning at me because he wants to play football better be good, because if he's not, I'll be upset with him. I seem to have a sub not showing, and I don't know why. Could you show me why can't I play Ur? What's wrong with Ur? Because he's from Sterling, isn't he? He's on loan from Sterling. Let's put Hanratty in there for Ur. Why not? And see how I know. That's why I've just taken off the bench, bud. Good work. Love that that's still working. Yes. Hopefully there will be goals tonight. That would be nice. Carry your performance, and they look cheerful as hell about that. Good. We do need to have a big game from Quinn Shooter today, because even though we are top of the table, it is only the 4th game of the season, so let's not overexcite ourselves with that kind of information. It's not a point where we can count that yet. Once we've played everyone once or twice, I feel that we'll be able to count things a bit better. Jesus Christ. What a goal. Wasn't for us, but what a goal from Leon Murphy, I think that was. Fantastic piece of goal scoring from outside the box. Just bosh. Top bins. Have a bit of that. Everyone is happy. Basically, looks to be the score there. It's their first shot as well. Crazy. Alright, time to shout encouragement at the boys. They will hopefully feel encouraged to go and do something magical. It can start from this. I don't have a problem with that, as Sané gets the ball. This kit's very reminiscent of the old Leeds kits from the 90s. It's probably not deliberate, but it is. Can we get the ball back? Jesus, Leo Murphy's had another screamer. What on earth? How is that happening twice? And who is at fault? We can't surely put that on a Coley, and it couldn't possibly be on Grant, could it? I don't know. Murphy is having an absolute rager of a day against us. I'd like us to get a goal quite soon, otherwise this could be embarrassing for us, to be honest. As, we get another highlight against us. This Grant fella's rubbish. He's honestly not been in the right position once. He keeps begging me for more football, and he's not once been in the right position when I've looked at him. Not once. Even now, where he should be going to wing back, he wasn't there. He's just about in the right position now. But don't beg me for football and then not do the game plan. That's not how we do things around here. Could we get rid of this? We did. Good. Don't know why Grant was playing as a centre. What are you doing? Alright, this Grant fella is driving me nuts. He doesn't seem to understand his job is to be here, not here. So like PPM on his thing where he just can't stay where he's supposed to? Is he just stupid? It's entirely possible, but again, out of position. Well out of position. Why aren't you but further back? This is dire. The experiment of giving Grant the football he wants is not going to last very long. I'm going to yell at him explicitly, because he needs to learn to be a better footballer. Tell Chuck Sakoli to mark Leon Murphy. Why the devil not? He certainly hasn't done it so far, so let's try that. Grant, why are you there? Why are you so really bad at football? This is truly a poor performance for the first game of the stream. Truly a poor performance. Just nothing looking like forward momentum has happened so far. And now Roy's been tackled, been fouled. Into the box, Frimpong has a go because someone had to. I'm glad it was Frimpong that stood up. Because realistically, nobody else is putting any effort in. Right, that was crap. Let's grab all these guys who are on 6.2s. I've never had 3 players on 6.2s before. I am furious with your performance. And Baba Sane and Ali Roy, I'm just not happy with your performance. Everyone else, could you just be better? Because realistically, you've not been good. You've not been good. Right, we need an early goal in this second half just to feel alive. So many players there I could take off right now. So many players I could take off right now. It's not even funny. It's just enraging. Right, you've had an hour and you've achieved nothing. So, Shooter, get off. We'll send in O'Sullivan. Yep. Coley, you can get off for Langan. McMahon off for Hanratty. Sure. Let's send in Lang up top. And for our last trick, we will send in, I don't know, one of the centre halves will come off once I decide which one. Once I decide, well, he's making Hollywood saves over there. That's poor. Come on, guys, let's get the ball back. There we go. Try a ball over the top, lovely. And now Lang back to Grant, has a shot. I mean, he's trying. He's trying to show me he should be a footballer for a living. Genuinely, I don't know whether I take off Sané or Frimpong. I really can't decide. Actually, I've said that now, and Grant has decided to disappear. So Yeremy Ouattara can come in and try and save the game for us with some attacking football play. Because he knows what he's doing in that position. Hey, Liam, I'm good. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the We've Decided Not to Show Up to Play version of the stream. Sterling have been destroying us. They've scored 2 worldies. And the guy that keeps begging us for first team football was awful. So he's come off, and now we've finally got something happening, and we've got a goal, and we are back in this game with 10 minutes to go. If we can salvage a draw, I would be pretty happy. I don't think we're ever trying Grant at right wing back again. I think we're probably going to see if we can release him. Because he was rubbish. He was awful. For all the begging for first team football, he was terrible. Ouattara comes straight off the bench to replace him and has an assist. It's mad. It's mad. Right, go on. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. I'm never doubting Yeremy Ouattara ever again. Unless, like, I sign Denzel Dumfries, obviously. In which case, I will doubt him. That was meh. Please don't do that again. Please do not do this again. Thank you. Right. You, Grant. Please go away. And if you could never return. That would be, honestly, nice of you. What? Oh, you're on a 2-year deal for £6,000 a year. What can I do? Why can't I do anything about selling him? I don't understand. Can I transfer him out? Him? Does anyone want a right back? You do. Stranraer wants a right back. I don't want you to have either of those guys. I want you to have the guy I'm trying to get rid of. Excellent. I didn't know there was a fight tonight, to be honest, Liam. I had no idea there was a fight. Is it a boxing fight or a UFC fight? I could just ask Google. Oh, Jesus, no. Because, realistically speaking, that's fixed. So, probably not, because that fight is fixed. Because neither of the Paul brothers have ever had a boxing match that wasn't fixed. And it's not going to start now. Or change now. Every fight either Paul brother ever gets involved in is fixed. Like, how many rounds was it that Logan went with Mayweather? What, 10? Behave. Like, you cannot convince me that, realistically, Logan Paul stays on his feet for 10 rounds in a non-fixed fight with arguably the greatest fighter of all time. And this one will probably be fixed for Jake Paul to win it, because let's face it, Anthony Joshua's been basically retired for 10 years. Whereas Jake Paul really wants us to believe he's a boxer. Oh, it's because it's the Trust Trophy. I was like, why am I missing a sub? Or 2 subs? And then I remembered. Excellent. Good. Good. Right, let's get a win in this one, because we did not do a good job of getting a win in the first match. Hopefully, the fact I've returned Yeremy Watara to the starting lineup. He is our talisman. That will lead to results. That's the plan. That's what we're going with. East Kilbride. I know nothing about these guys at all. Except I think we established that was Malachi Sharp, didn't we? Playing on the left wing for them? Yes. We did establish that Malachi Sharp was playing for them. I remember we played them in the last stream. So we probably owe them a beating, which is nice. So as long as Yeremy Watara shows up, we are laughing. But yeah, if I was to bet on said fight tonight, I would take Jake Paul in the 5th by stoppage. Kit, this is a safe space. If you'd like to discuss politics, feel free. I don't know what's happening because I've not read the news, but feel free. Enlighten me. What has happened? What has presumably Donald Trump done now? Has he been given an FIA World Peace Prize now, as well as a FIFA one? Oh, come on, Yeremy. You hit the post twice, Yeremy. Come on, buddy. Just... Okay, you hit the post once, that's unlucky. You hit the post twice with an open goal. Shooting isn't your strong point. Could we have a goal, please? Excellent. That's starting to look like a forward momentum. Oh, come on. Overhit that. You've overhit that. We've got it back. It's fine. It's fine. McGrory. to Frimpong, Webster to Sané, out wide for Quinn. Quinn's managed to pass. McMahon to Ferguson. Ferguson with Jesus Christ. East Kilbride apparently have their backs against the wall right now, but we're not taking advantage of that. Trump basically announced in the Hunger Games, and then the legal deadline for the release of the Epstein files, and they released pages of black, fully redacted stuff. Yeah, well, not surprised. I am not surprised. I wasn't expecting for there to be a release of unredacted Epstein files, because it basically says Trump on every page. And where it doesn't say Trump, it says Musk. So, I'm not surprised. And to be fair, America has had the Hunger Games coming for quite some time. It is worth bearing in mind, of course, that a lot of people are under the impression that the Hunger Games books were sci-fi fantasy books. They were actually speculative fiction. They were confirmed as being speculative fiction. I mean, they didn't legally have to. Government files aren't required to be redacted for legal reasons. Let's see what's going on with Donald Trump's Hunger Games. Donald Trump unveiled plans for 250th anniversary celebrations, promising a spectacular birthday party. Events include the Patriot Games athletic competition for high school students from each state and territory. Excellent. Excellent. Good. I suppose if there's one positive we can take from this, it's not going to be America's best and brightest competing. Because realistically, you'd say no. Come on. Oh. We are somehow terrible so far in this stream. Oh yeah, I know people have no idea about how political the books were. I actually think the best book in the series is The History of Panem, but no one reads it. Nobody read The History of Panem. And it's phenomenal. It's an incredible work of social science wrapped up as fiction. Come on, score. Thank Christ. So the stand singular, if I go to tactical, is on the opposite side to where we are. But I think I showed this when we got here. If you look at that, and then, hang on, let's find a Chrome. And then I pull up an image of Dumbarton's actual ground. So this is the actual ground here, or the ground in the game here. And then if I switch to that. That's their actual ground. Like, they're not a million miles apart. To be fair, they are not a million miles apart. It's a pretty accurate render of that stadium. It's obviously not deliberately an accurate render of that stadium, but yeah, for FM, that's about as close as you'll ever see to a spot-on stadium render. Like, fair play to them, they've done a really good job with representing the Scottish fourth tier. It might be the one area of FM where immersion is possible. I don't know why these burger vans are up here, because there's clearly nobody for them to serve burgers to. Like, what purpose are they serving? No one can get to them either because they're completely fenced in. It is one of those situations where I do occasionally, I do take issue with the people who design stadiums for Football Manager. They just don't think any of this stuff through. Like, why would you just build a fence around some random trees? Why are the burger vans not accessible by anybody in the stadium? Are they just poor business people? Is that what am I supposed to believe, that all of those vendors just don't know what they're doing business-wise? Is that the headcanon I'm supposed to take with me? Just questions, really. Talking of stuff that's been happening recently, let's ignore the fact that Donald Trump is trying to be the Emperor of Panem for a second. Has anyone had the chance to watch the first episode of Season 2 of Fallout yet? Because, I'm not going to lie, it's fucking incredible. Oh, we've got a second goal. Magic. If you haven't seen it yet, you really should be watching Fallout. It is unbelievable. It is so good. If you have ever played a Fallout game, you will spot Easter eggs approximately every 5 frames. And if you have never played a Fallout game, watching it will make you want to play Fallout games. Like, it's so sharp, it's so funny, it's so well made, so detailed. It genuinely is a masterpiece of television. Cannot recommend it enough. You've never watched it, Liam? Oh, you're missing out, mate. You're missing out. If for no other reason than Ella Purnell is unnecessarily hot. She is a beautiful, beautiful girl. And she's very, very funny in it. I quite liked Fallout 4. I haven't played 76 yet, but I think the fact that I bought it for £2 probably is a sign that it's not that great. I will dive in at some stage, but I haven't yet. But I don't think Fallout 4 is that bad. I thought it was quite enjoyable. It's not like New Vegas, but you know, it's nothing is. Like, New Vegas is like Mount Rushmore of video games. So it feels unfair to compare anything to that, really. Even if it's in the same franchise. Like, Fallout 4 was a perfectly good Fallout game. Except for Preston Garvey, who annoys me. But yeah, I would definitely have New Vegas on my Mount Rushmore of video games. FM26 wouldn't be on there. In fact, I struggle to put any FM on that list because the others would be Life is Strange, GTA 4 probably, and I'm torn between a few games for the last spot. Probably something from the dim and distant past. Or like Oh, what a really good story. I'm struggling. Struggling. Oh, Flashback. Flashback was what I was thinking of. Flashback would be on Mount Rushmore. I got 5 copies of Fallout 4 because it was always given away for free. Just watered down everything, the themes and character on there from the previous games. That's fair. Have you tried the Fallout London yet? And yeah, Life is Strange is incredible. I've been threatening this since I started the YouTube channel. I will do Life is Strange on the channel, or at least on stream at some point. I will play Life is Strange on stream, maybe, because it's my favourite game of all time. I will give you guys fair warning if I do that. I have never once finished playing Life is Strange without crying like a baby. Like, the last episode of Life is Strange 1 took me about 7 hours to play through, when it's only supposed to take about 2, because I was crying like a baby. Absolutely destroyed me. Like, it was just like having every fibre of your being crushed. It was amazing, but like, oh, powerful. I'm not so like enthusiastic about Life is Strange 2. Before the Storm was incredible. I love True Colours. And the latest one that I've forgotten what they called it, where Max and Chloe returned, I thought was brilliant, but everyone else hated. But I do have to preface that by saying that because it was an Xbox Series X / PS5 exclusive, I actually had to buy it and then play it through my phone on Xbox streaming, Xbox cloud gaming, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to play it. But I'm glad I did. It was a bit short, but the story was incredible. But yeah, Kit, highly recommend Fallout London. It's very good. It's very clever. I want them to canonise it, because it would have no effect on the mainline story, like universe. But there's a lot of excellent colour given to the Fallout world in it. I also started playing Atomfall. I didn't think that was very good. That was it, Double Exposure. I thought Double Exposure was great. Captain Spirit was fine. Life is Strange 2, I didn't care about the brothers. I just couldn't bring myself to care. Like, their story wasn't that interesting. Plus, I think it suffered because it was the 3rd game in the series, or the 4th game technically with Captain Spirit in the series. I got so used to having at least one consistent character that not having any of them there just destroyed my engagement. Like, I want Max or Chloe. I want Max or Chloe in the game. And like, True Colours at least got around that because it had Steph in it, and I was cool with that because I like Steph. But yeah, I just thought Life is Strange 2. I didn't care about either of the brothers. I just didn't find them interesting. It's interesting though that you've got a friend who thinks that it's the second one is the best. That's really it's fair, it's valid, it's an opinion, but I just don't see it. Like, it wasn't a great story, and the characters were a bit one-dimensional. I thought Don't Nod were involved in Double Exposure as well. I'm sure they were. Oh no, because they were making the other one, weren't they? They're making the, what's it called? Mixtapes or something? We are getting murdered by Annan. What's the new Don't Nod game called? Oh, they did Tell Me Why. Tell Me Why is incredible as well. Tell Me Why is unbelievable. Lost Records, that was the one. I haven't played that yet. I haven't had a chance to play that yet. But I love Tell Me Why. Tell Me Why was incredible as well. That was slightly less hard to get through than Life is Strange was. But still a really great story. Really powerful story. I have played Hitman. In fact, you've just reminded me I need to get on Hitman this weekend. Because they've just done an Eminem contract for World of Assassination. It looks really interesting. Fair. I bought all the Hitman games at the same time because I picked them all up in CEX at the same time. And I'm really annoyed because nobody told me they put the episodes from one, like the missions from 1 and 2, into 3. So 3 was basically all 3 games at once. It's very annoying. And then I also bought World of Assassination thinking that would be different rather than it just being essentially an online add-on for Hitman 3. So I've essentially bought Hitman 3 like 5 times now. Great games. I do worry about how easy I find completing the missions. Like, it scares me that I can think like a psychopathic killer, but they are making a James Bond game next year. I am looking forward to that. It should be great. I am hoping that it is at least as good as what's it called? Bloodstone? Yeah, Bloodstone. Incredible James Bond game. Highly recommended. Yeah, I do like Contracts mode. I think it's great. And they are the best. IO are the best people to make a James Bond game. But if it's even half as good as Bloodstone, I will be all in. Because Bloodstone also had, and this is a controversial opinion, the greatest Bond theme of all time. Actually, I say that. It's either Bloodstone, The World Is Not Enough, or the one that Billie Eilish did, which was good. Oh, Nightfire. Oh. I quite enjoy it. Every so often I'll sit down and I'll play GoldenEye on the Xbox, and it looks like crap. It looks awful with the Xbox port. Like, it's so badly done graphically. But it's so much fun. Like, it was the only reason I bought an N64 as a kid, was to play GoldenEye. And in fact, might be the only reason I still have an N64 somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's probably in my parents' garage somewhere, but... Oh yeah, for its time, incredible. Like, I think without GoldenEye, and I'm sure a video game historian would correct me on this, but I think without GoldenEye, multiplayer online PvP style gaming as we know it now never becomes a thing. Like CSGO never becomes a thing. Call of Duty online, like Warzone and stuff, that never becomes a thing, because I remember when that came out, people were like, why would you want to play this with your mates? And then they played it with their mates, and they're like, we get it. Like the idea of like PvP FPS games, people just thought would never work. And then GoldenEye happened, and I was like, okay, yeah, this works. We can get behind this. I think we'll take O'Sullivan out for Casey, sure. But yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing I am looking forward to over Christmas is that, like, as much as I love doing content and streaming, all that kind of stuff, I feel like I just play FM 24/7. And because I just cannot, because I'm going to be at my mother's house all Christmas, I can't do any content creation at all at hers because it's just too much hassle. The fact that I can take my Xbox over to there, plug it into a TV and just sit and chill and just play games I haven't played for ages properly. Oh, the magic of Christmas. In between doing all the cooking, because I will do all the cooking this Christmas. Yeah, it's true. Quake does have a shout in there. I mean, you could also, I guess, make arguments for Half-Life as well, being quite influential. I think all these things are, you know, like, if you really were to get into it, I don't think Fallout 3 happens if games like Duke Nukem aren't successful, because when it was like a isometric 2D game, Fallout could get away with being funny because it didn't move at a fast enough pace to have action in it properly. But once Duke Nukem showed you could do like FPS and be funny, I think we were off to the races for what became Fallout 3. It's also wild hearing myself talk and realise just how much of a video game nerd I really am. Such a video game nerd. I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and there was a guy who had bought every Nintendo console ever made and the period appropriate TVs to play it on. And this guy was about 25 tops. And he was trying to get into the headspace like how my generation must have reacted to all these different consoles when they came out, and he was so incredibly wrong. It was hilarious. I think source including modified Quake engine, so it was a domino effect of some magnitude. I double checked the same one the source was from, but also adapted for Call of Duty and Titanfall. Yeah, I think they were all Unreal Engine, I think. Or what became Unreal Engine. Obviously, Unreal Tournament was the first thing on Unreal Engine. But I think it was some early version of Unreal Engine. Oh yeah, it was just called the Quake engine, um, which then became the Quake 2 engine, and Gold Source, which became the Half-Life engine. And then that was followed by Source engine, which is now still used. It's Source 2 now. Um, but the number of games built on Source is crazy. Like Portal, CS:GO, Fortress, engine. Bear with me. It's telling me that the live stream has dropped on YouTube. I don't know why. Bear with. Oh, there we go. It's back up. It's back up. Don't know what happened there. Don't know what happened there. I was just getting a thing saying it dropped, but it's fine now. Yeah, you're right. You are right on Quake. So yeah, the Quake engine became the engine that Half-Life and Half-Life 2, CS:GO, all those games were built on. And then Fallout 3 was made on Gamebryo, which was Creation. And they still use Creation to make Fallout 76 and Fallout 4. And then they moved to Creation 2 to make Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, mad. It's honestly the fact some of these game engines are wild. I wish I was a better coder. I would love to develop games, and like I could write a game, but like in terms of like scripting it, I could do that easily. But I do not have the tech skills to build a game. Like I could quite easily sit and write like a Fallout or a GTA type game. I could quite easily sit down and do that in like 6 months. But then I'd just be sat there with a massive script and nothing to do with it because I cannot code. Zach, top 5 most popular game ever right now would be GTA 5. Definitely. Tetris. At least one Mario game would be on there, I would expect. I want to say Wii Sports was quite big. Minecraft. PUBG. Pac-Man might be on the list. That's a good shout. Pac-Man might be on the list. So the best-selling video games of all time: Minecraft, GTA 5, Wii Sports, Red Dead 2, and Mario Kart 8 are apparently the 5 biggest-selling games of all time. And there's something called Human Fall Flat, which honestly I've never heard of, but was released in 2016 and apparently sold 55 million copies, which is more than The Sims, which is wild. Well, Zach, it didn't take you long to reveal you were Charlie, did it? Having a lovely talk about Roblox again. Not sure how you thought this was going to go for you, but we'll consign you to your usual bin of touching kids. There we go. Problem solved. Everyone say goodbye to Charlie's latest username. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. That didn't take long at all. Did not take long at all. GTA 6 gonna raise billions of copies. What did it say GTA 5 did? So GTA 5 has sold 220 million copies. I would expect 6 to do 300. Because you've got to bear in mind that like half the GTA 5 player base has died of old age waiting for it. Or will have by the time it comes out. Possibly including me. And I think GTA 6 will have a much shorter gap between console and PC than 5 did. I actually had this conversation earlier with Llama, maybe. I think it'll be a year. I think it'll be about a year between console and PC for GTA 6. Purely because to develop for the Series X, they essentially have to build it in Windows, which has never been an issue for... which wasn't a thing with GTA 5, because the old Xbox didn't use a Windows-based system, or operating system. Yeah, the Steam machine is going to be a big player. I had so many conversations about video games today. I think it would be a huge mistake for GTA 6 not to be on PC within a year of the console release. Purely because I'm going to make the controversial statement here that console gaming as we know it right now won't exist in 5 years. Because you can build a mini PC so cheap, or buy one so cheap, that will run to a higher spec than a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, and you can plug a controller into it. Oh, so what is the point of a console now? Like, the only reason consoles have survived this long is because they were essentially smart TVs before smart TVs became a thing. But almost everyone has a smart TV now, or a Fire Stick, or something similar. So that's not a selling point for a console anymore. Mini PCs are smaller, they're quieter, they're cheaper to run. I don't see consoles surviving more than 5 years as a concept now. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, £620 to build a PC the same spec as the Steam machine is, realistically, it's not a lot. Especially because then you can upgrade that as you need to. RAM prices, I buy almost all of my RAM now on AliExpress, and I get 16 gigs for 25 quid or something stupid. So, like, you can build a really good PC off of AliExpress or Temu with parts that are, yes, knockoffs, but they work. Like, yeah. Yeah, you do always have to pay to go online on a console, which is stupid. I don't like having to have a subscription to play online games. I think that's a ridiculous proposition. I don't object to Game Pass. I understand Game Pass costing extra every month because Game Pass is essentially Netflix for games. But I shouldn't have to pay to play online. I just think that's a piss take. Yeah, I bought a PSU from AliExpress and it wasn't fantastic. I will say it was not my finest ever purchase. It lasted about 3 weeks. But everything else I bought from there was great. Everything else I bought from there worked fantastically. It was just the PSU. Like, I built a pretty decent spec gaming PC for 400, 500 quid. Yeah, of course, but I will say I got lucky. Um, like, it wasn't a surge; it was just like something shorted inside the PSU. But once I replaced the PSU, everything else should work fine. I know this because I put the old slightly dodgy PSU from my previous PC in there to test it, and it was fine. But also, I do occasionally just think it was like 500 quid or whatever wasted because I think I've turned it on 3 times this year, the other PC, since building it. Because I've also got this one, and this one works perfectly fine. So, but it's nice to know I can do upgrades as and when I need to do upgrades. I say do upgrades as and when I need to do upgrades, but I do need to put a new hard drive in this, and I cannot figure out where on this casing slash motherboard I am supposed to put an SSD in, like a second SSD in. I can't figure it out. Um, this one is probably slightly better because it has a GTX 1070 in it, and I can't remember what graphics card the other one had in it, but it was nowhere near as good as a 1070. But I mean, there's not a lot to tell between them. I mean, the other one is a beast with a slightly worse graphics card, but the only reason I kind of built that, aside from just to see if I could build a PC, was because I wanted to have a separate PC to play sim racing games on. But I don't have time to go sim racing at the moment, so especially because when I sim race, I am an endurance racer. I'm not like a 20-minute blast racer. I'm an endurance racer, so fair enough, Git. Well, if you ever want to talk me through how I get this extra SSD plugged into my PC, you feel free, because I am fuck out of ideas. I cannot work out where I'm plugging it in. I cannot for the life of me figure out where I'm plugging this in. I feel like I've got a cable missing somewhere. And I cannot work it out. Uh, what, in terms of like storage? So essentially, it currently has like, oh, so it's currently the one that's currently in there is an M2, but I've got a 2.5 inch to try and get in there somehow, and I can't work it out. But there also isn't another M2 slot, because I think the 2.5 inch I've got is actually convertible. I think there's an M2 inside the case, but there doesn't appear to be a slot for either. There may be a second one, I just can't see it. I had the case off yesterday and I couldn't figure out where it was. I think for now my plan is, yeah, I know it is, that's the thing, it is connecting through SATA, but I can't see another SATA cable there anywhere. I'm sure there's usually a spare SATA connection in amongst the cable wiring. I can't find it. There's nowhere obvious in the casing to screw it on either, which is really odd. And I don't want to just have it floating in the case, because that just screams fire to me. Yeah, I'm sure there's a logical way out. For now, I'm probably just going to try and get hold of an external one, but it just seems like a waste to have a 2 terabyte 2.5 inch sat around doing nothing. Especially because this one currently only has 500 gig in it, and with content creation, that's an absolute ball ache. I basically have to delete archive footage every time I go to make a new video. And I can't work on 2 videos at once. Like, if I'm locked in on work on editing a long video, I can't do anything short in the meantime, because I just don't have the space to store it. And it's also annoying because it means the only games currently installed on this PC, because of the lack of space, are FM26 and I've got CK3 on here, which I never played, to be honest. I could get rid of it quite easily. And one other thing I've got on here that I cannot remember. O'Sullivan's just scored a worldie while I was faffing. Oh, the Precinct. I've got the Precinct on here as well, which is excellent, by the way. Yeah, I've got a few of the files on Google Drive. Like, all my location footage for Supermarine is sat on a Google Drive, because I will use it again for other videos. But it's just really annoying. It's really annoying to not be able to do multiple things at once. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, I've spent 12 hours today editing the raw footage for the Preston rebuild down from 5-ish hours of footage to, it's now an hour 25, and I probably need to take another half an hour out of it. So that's probably going to be another 6 hours tomorrow. And it's really annoying that I've got to get this out the way to make space to record more Supermarine episodes so I can edit more Supermarine episodes. So a 7-match bouncing that happened in August. What? Ollie Clark? No. Are you shitting me? For acting in an improper manner or using indecent behaviour to an opponent? Oh, that's fucking stupid. That is stupid. Well, since we're digging into the past to make season-changing decisions on behalf of clubs now, can we dig way back into the past to 1970 and tell Arsenal to hand over that fucking UEFA Cup? Just saying, it's not theirs, it's ours. Never will be theirs. They can never claim to have won it. They didn't qualify for the tournament in the first place. Get to fuck, hand the trophy over. I say this and I make it sound like I'm joking, but that's actually also why I'm banned from editing Wikipedia. Because I did change that on Wikipedia to put the trophy with its rightful owner. I don't care if it's petty. I don't care if it's small. They stole the trophy and I want it back. And obviously I'd like UEFA to recognise us as the true winners of the 1970 UEFA Cup, but they won't do that either, so... Oh, what the fuck was that? How did you drop that? Disallowed, good. Yeah, that's I've dropped my controversial Swindon Town opinion for the day, where I want my trophy back, and that was fun. And we've beaten Clyde 2-0 in whatever tournament this. I've honestly I feel like I've just been clicking through. I have no idea who we're playing in what tournament. I just know we're winning. I know O'Sullivan scored 2 goals. That's the limit of my knowledge. Probably going to be 2-1. Yep. We have hit that stage now where I start to feel like FM26's match engine has become predictable. Also, we've ticked over to 600 subs on the channel today. Beautiful. Good work, Lenny O'Sullivan. Well done, buddy. Oh, like, not like monthly subscriptions, but like, you know, when you get like when you subscribe to a channel. Oh, what, like, so I can get monetized, or I can get monetized at 1,000. So currently, to qualify for channel memberships, I need 560 public watch hours, which I should hit by Easter, and then I have to get to 1,000 subs, and I'd have to get to an extra 1,000 watch hours on top of that, of what I already have, to get to like monetization through ads and all that kind of stuff. To be fair, I'd probably have smashed that if I wasn't far too lazy to make shorts. Like, I know I can get them done automatically. There's AIs that will turn my videos into shorts automatically, but that's just so much fucking effort, and it costs money, and it's just effort. Yeah. Like, Twitch required me to get, what, 25 followers and have 4 people watching streams on 4 occasions or something stupid. and I think I had to hit 6 hours of streaming total, whatever stupid requirement it was. Like, it was nothing. It was nothing to get Twitch affiliate. Or whichever rank. I want affiliate now, or whatever they call it. I think I want affiliate. I don't fucking know. I want Twitch something. I'm not in the Plus program yet, so I'm in whatever comes before the Plus program. But, you know, to be fair, I've made $12 since I returned to Twitch, so I am laughing. I am retiring. 12 whole dollars made. Get me a yacht. I do keep getting random emails like, you could make more money on Twitch if you turned up the frequency of adverts. And I was like, I could. But I was watching someone streaming earlier. It wasn't Llama, it was whoever I was watching after I was watching Llama earlier. And they were running adverts like every 3 minutes. It was driving me mental. Like, I get it, get paid, whatever, but they were running adverts, honestly, like literally every 3 to 5 minutes. And I was like, it's not even worth like using chat because I can't hear whatever your response to whatever I'm saying is because it's an advert. Like, I think I currently have my adverts set to 3 minutes of adverts every 45 minutes or something. Which I think is a pretty decent balance. Like, it's just enough that it wouldn't piss me off as a viewer. Why is that happening there? I would like Hanratty there, please. And I'd like O'Sullivan there. Is that... I don't know why Yatara's in midfield, but I don't hate it. Yeah, we'll give that a go. Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it every 10 minutes or 50 minutes, whatever. I don't want to take the piss either. Like, I know that seems like counterproductive because I could run adverts every 15 minutes and maybe I'd make more cash or whatever, but it just feels twatty. It just feels really twatty. Like, because like a game in Football Manager can take 15 minutes, but because of the options in the back end of Twitch, I only have the option to force it to run 1 minute of adverts at a time. So like, it's not like I can even go, oh, we're about to go into a game, let me just chuck in the 3 minutes of adverts now so we get that out of the way before, you know? Also, Kit's reached a 20 stream streak. Well done, Kit. Right. Talking of which, I'll be back in just a second. Okay, back. Um, See, apparently, if I really wanted to be a dick, I can run 22.5 minutes of adverts per hour. Can you imagine? And I would get 55% of that. That runs a 3-minute ad break every 8 minutes. Which... no, quite frankly. No. Anyway, right, let's play Cove Rangers in League 2, because I know what's happening. Entirely aware, I don't even know where we are in the league. I guess I'll find out in about 30 seconds time, but I don't know where I am in the league. Because I've not been keeping track of who we've played, how many games we've played, and whether they've been league or cup games, because they seem to happen at random. That's the thing though, adblock, because I have adblock on, it doesn't really work on Twitch. They get around it. But yeah, like, it's great for a sub, but like, or like Turbo. I think Turbo you get ad free for everyone you watch, not just the people you are like directly supporting. I still didn't see the table then. Good stuff. But yeah, it's just a bit. I don't know. I feel like I hate watching adverts, so I try and avoid making other people do it as much as I can. To the point where even like, if you notice, like when you watch my YouTube stuff, sometimes there are some like unnatural gaps in things I'm saying where I've cut, because I know the exact length of gap to like the microsecond that YouTube is looking for to put an advert in there, so I make sure it's just below that. Every gap in speech I make sure is just below that, so it doesn't trigger adverts for people. Like, you might get a pre-roll ad on my videos occasionally, but like, you'd never get or you should never get a mid-roll ad on my videos, because I've deliberately taken out those gaps that trigger it. Which is why I spent 12 hours editing today, because I'm literally taking out like minute fractions of seconds just to avoid it triggering ad breaks for people. Because frankly, fuck Google. If they want to charge people, if they want to sell advertising on my stuff, they can pay me. And until they start paying me, I'm not going to let them run adverts. Which is really petty, but I don't care. Because let's face it, Google have got enough money that they could afford to pay all of their creators per view, and they would never lose. They would not lose money. But then, like, you know, I also say that as someone who creates 300 hours of content a year for YouTube, for which they don't pay me. So Jesus Christ, what was that defending? I say 300 plus hours a year. It's not 300 plus anymore. It was at one stage. There was a stage before I got really burnt out on the YouTube grind, which was my own fault, to be honest, where I was literally releasing daily videos for about 2 years straight. And some of them were like 45 minutes long, and I was just wiped. And I was at uni at the time, which was just stupid, to be honest. I think I spent more time editing YouTube videos whilst I was at uni than I did in classes. Right, come on, let's get a second goal. And ideally, some clue as to where we are in the table. Can I see it from here? No, of course I can't. That'd be too useful. Come on, guys, do a footballing. Yeah, I think Casey can come off now because he's been crap. I think we'll say goodbye and send in Quinn Shooter as step one to try to salvage something from this game in terms of a win, because being on a 6 is just unconscionable. Oh, Payne's in. Oh, Martin Payne, what a goal. He wears number 9, but he's a right back. Oh, offside. Right, it's going to be Ferguson McMahon off next, I think, as La Ref, who is not the ref, but La Ref, does a corner. Oh, excuse me. Right, who is coming off? McMahon, you are coming off for Hanratty, I think. Yeah, why not? Ferguson off for I think Harding. Who's the better of those two? It's Templeton, apparently. Alright, Templeton's going on then. I feel like we're going to take off. Actually, let's leave it as is for a sec. A second goal could be coming. A second goal could be coming. It could be coming if we just play our cards right. I don't think I like Ouattara as a centre mid. I don't think it's working quite as well as it should be. Like, he's playing fine, but I think he creates more on the right flank. Let's Shooter there for a second. Let's put O'Sullivan on the left hand side. Let's move Ouattara to right wing back, and then what the fuck happened there? Oh, it was a Coley. That's who I was looking for anyway. Good. Okay, encourage. Encourage. Right, go on. This is it. This is our winning goal. Last minute. Last minute winner against Code Rangers. Stop time wasting. Just fire it at a player. For Christ's sake. Good. Finally. I was just hoping the keeper would die of old age for having a pop, wasn't he? There we go. We are at 1-1. And now I can finally work out where we are in a table. Presumably we're somewhere in a table. Third. We are third after 6 games. We've almost played everyone else in our league and we're currently in the playoffs. Which is not bad. Not bad at all. It's not great, but it's not bad. What time have we got? Oh, 1:30, Captain. It's 1:30, Captain. Right. Do I want to end the stream with a game against Edinburgh, who are in our league, or a game against Celtic? That's the big question. I say end the stream. I am feeling a bit... zombie, but... There's also almost no... That's fair. There's also almost nobody to hand over to. Oh, Benny's on. Benny's on. It's really rare. There are 5 English language FM26 streams right now, aside from this one. And I don't know who any of them are. I've literally never heard of any of these guys. So I don't think it's ever happened. That's true. That's a good point. I am going to try and get up earlier tomorrow for streaming. I would like to be on by about 8 tomorrow. But like I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I do want to do a bunch of front load recording for Supermarine for over Christmas. Get that all ready and uploaded and stuff, and then I can just essentially stream Saturday, Sunday, probably Tuesday. I'll probably do Tuesday for most of the day and then go over to my mum's on Wednesday. It's probably my plan. Like ideally I'd like to have Tuesday, I'd like to be up and on stream from about noon until 8ish. Just because it'll be the last time I'm streaming until probably, well, certainly other side of Christmas, unless I decide to do like a just chatting from my laptop or something as like a hangout for people who have got nothing else to do on Christmas or whatever. But like my laptop will barely run OBS. It won't run a game, or it certainly won't. It'll run CM 97, 98, which I think is the only game on it actually. But it's also an absolute ball ache playing games and doing other stuff with a trackpad too. That's not fun. Unless I do something really stupid and take like the Xbox and a capture card over. think the laptop might just be good enough to let me run a stream through a capture card or something. But either way, like, my A plan is to spend as much time with family as possible, rather than online streaming. As much as I enjoy you guys' company, you know, I don't get to spend as much time with my family as I'd like. Uh, bu- 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 Bear with, just gonna pop open Benny's stream on another tab quick. So I was just checking to see where Benny's at in his stream, because he tends to have a set schedule, but I can never work out. He has like a countdown that I can use to tell how long he's going to be up for. Okay, so we'll play Edinburgh, then we'll go see Benny. Let's do that. I don't want long on the bench. I'd like Watara right back, please. I would like a Coley in there. And I would like... Langan on the bench. Let's do this. Let's go to the capital. Go to the capital and beat FC Edinburgh. It's Castle versus Castle. And we've both got a man called Quinn in our squads. I don't know when Edinburgh became Football Club of Edinburgh. I'm sure they used to be Edinburgh City. In fact, I think in one of my videos, one of my like save suggestion videos, before FM26, I called them Edinburgh City. But no one killed me for it, so either they've got no fans or it's not technically incorrect. I'm not sure which. Either way, we are good to go. We've shaken hands with their manager, who's dressed for a darts game. And we've put the ball out for a throw-in almost immediately, winning our £5 bet. That's a reference from like 20 years ago. Just shown my age embarrassingly. Embarrassingly. But there we go. That is what it is. You guys are used to that by now, me showing my age. Right, can we have a goal, please? Just a goal would be great. Perfect. Casey's through. Cross it. Oh, my word. Watara's going to bring us back into it. Great cross. Casey can't get there. Needed Frankie Monk, to be honest. Sané, what are we going to do here? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Very annoyed this particular universe doesn't have Frankie Monk in it. Because I know we checked. Oh, Jesus. I think last time I was looking at the Supermarine save, when I got to sort of the save point for the next episode, which contains the FA Cup, by the way. I think Frankie Monk was already on like 9 goals for the season. We're about 10 games in. It's disgusting. He's had 60 plus goals in the first 2 seasons. And now he's going to hit double figures by Christmas. And he's apparently not good enough for that level. Go figure. Frankie Monk's going to play in the Premier League for Swindon Supermarine. It's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. It does mean I have to get to the Premier League in the next 9 seasons or he'll retire. But Frankie Monk will play Premier League football for Supermarine. And he'll score from a corner. Go on. Oh, Jesus Christ, lads. What are we doing? What are we doing? Berate you, I say. Boo. Boo earns. Be fair, it was Sané got beaten in the air and he is 5 for 8, so that was at least mostly my fault. Right, corner. Let's do a goal. That wasn't doing a goal. Let's try it again. Let's do the one that ends in a goal. They're bottom of the league, lads. Come on. Alright, we've got a corner. Good. We are trying, finally. Let's go, very attacking. Let's just try and absolutely batter them. Because if in doubt, just attacking should be a solid plan. Or lead to us conceding more goals. No one really knows which. I suspect it's the latter. But we're going to hope for the former. Ouattara, to Roy, to Ferguson, to the advertising hoardings. Demand more. Right, you lots. You lots. Right. That was shit. Stop doing that. Do something that is not what I just watched. Ideally, the one that ends with goals. We've got a 1.44 XG and we're 2-0 down. They've got a 0.36 XG. We are getting well and truly FM'd. Well and truly FM'd. Someone do something useful. Anyone. Have you ever seen an FMing worse than this? Really? They've had 2 shots. They're bottom of the league, Liam. This is the bottom team in the league. They have had... they're now on 6 points because it's live. They've had 3 points before this game all season. It's disgraceful. We are poor. We are so poor today. Right. Ouattara, you have not shown up today. I'm a little bit disappointed, so we're going to hope that Payne does, even though he's nervous. Akoli, buddy. You're going to get replaced by Hanratty. Neil, you're coming off for Webster. I'm trying to think what other options I've got. Langan on for McMahon, maybe. And then Ferguson off for Templeton. Let's try that. Just 5 changes. Just go for it. Fresh legs all round. Hopefully someone will get an idea. that really wasn't the idea I was looking for. I was looking for something more in their box and less towards us. That's the one. There we go. That's nice. I'll turn, cross, cross. That'll do. That was all I was asking for. That was a goal. That was perfect, quite frankly. Now, if we can just do that twice more, I'll be pretty happy. The fact that I've just brought both these guys on and it's changed the game immediately gives me some hope. But we have only got 25 minutes left to play. So there is that. But we have been dominant. We've just been very wasteful. There really is no excuse. Other than just like we've been poor. Like our finishing has been poor. Case in point. Everything else has been fantastic, but our finishing has just been poor. Demand more. Just keep demanding more. Jesus, Templeton. Do you want to... I don't know. Like, not do that? I don't even really know what to... I don't want to start bombing the ball at them, because that's just pointless. We are the better side. We're just not the winning side. Plus, to be honest, I'm not sure there's any value in just pinging balls over the top at strikers that apparently can't finish today. Like, we don't really gain anything from doing that. I am just thinking... Shall we try that? Just put an extra man in the box. Just give that a go. Little tweak. Yeah. Nope. Apparently, we just don't win games today. Okay. Let's check in on Benny. See if Benny's still up. He is. He is wearing a lovely Macclesfield shirt. And has a chat full of lovely people. So, thank you for being here. If you're on YouTube, we will say goodbye now. But thank you for being here. I will end that stream because there's no point people watching us raid. So thank you and goodbye, YouTube. And if I can find